Good morning. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome Rory to the podium for announcements.
Good morning, St. Johnsbury Academy. Today is Tuesday, September 6th, and it is a white day. Reminder to all faculty, staff, and students, when getting lunch in the dining hall, please be sure to go through one of the cashier lines to scan your ID so that the Lexington crew can get an accurate count on meals. Reminder for Chef Hale's C and E block capstone classes. Please go directly to the library for class today for your meeting with Mr. Moore. Will you be 18 by November 8th, 2022? This Friday, September 9th, the League of Women Voters will be in the Streeter Dining Hall during C Block to sign up anyone who is 18 or above to vote in the November elections. The League of Women Voters is not affiliated, nor do they support any one particular political party. They simply support the right to vote. If interested, please look for the posters around campus with the documentation you will need to provide to register, or stop by the headmaster's office with any questions. Students interested in Brain Bee, the leading neuroscience scholarship winning competition, the group will meet today from 3:45 to 4:30 in Streeter 241 with Mr. Eckel. Questions? Contact Mr. Eckel through STJ Labs email. The Outing Club will meet today at 3:35 at the Rock Wall in front of the Green Dorm. Science Olympiad will have planning and information meetings Wednesday and Thursday this week. Questions? Contact Mr. Eckel through STJ Labs email. Come join the Outing Club on its first big adventure of the year. On Sunday, September 11th, we will be going to the Echo Craig in Franconia Notch to push our limits on some of our best rock climbing around. These are the routes for beginners that have never climbed before, and some routes for our more seasoned Outing Club members. Don't miss out on your chance to see some beautiful nature and get your adrenaline pumping while taking healthy risks this Sunday with the Outing Club. Get a permission slip in the Student Life office, or hurry. The first 12 permission slips that are returned have a spot on the bus. Dare to explore. Good morning, Academy community. The Make It Better Club will meet today right after conference period in Ranger 212. We've already begun to plan our first campaigns for the year. Looking for a space on campus to unwind during stressful times like exams? Come help us put it together. Want to ensure that every child in the NAK gets a birthday party with their favorite princess or dinosaur theme? We're bringing back the Birthday Bash campaign from last year. Have some ideas to make things better on campus or in a greater community? Please come and share them. See you at 3:35 in Ranger 212. If you can't make this meeting but want to know more about our club, please reach out to Miss Anson, Miss Began, or Miss Morris. Math Club will meet today in Severance 20 at 3:30. Attention mountain bikers, check your STJ Labs email today for important information regarding race registration, jersey orders, and Wednesday's club ride. Happy birthday today to Logan Champagne. Happy birthday. Today for sports, we have varsity girls soccer at Green Mountain at 4:30. Please release the teams at 1:30. JV football at Hartford at 6. Please release the team at 3. JV boys soccer versus BFA St. Albans at 5:30. And varsity boys soccer versus BFA St. Albans at 6:30. That's it. Have a good day.
Thank you, Rory. A couple of sports scores. Varsity field hockey played a wonderful game on the turf, fought really hard on Friday, and they did lose, but they won in our hearts. So good job, you guys. Varsity football, yes, thank you. Good job, guys. Varsity football beat Hartford 49-14 on Friday night. Good job, football. Happy Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's rainy day and are enjoying today's rainy day. A little housekeeping, we're going to have a pep chapel this Friday, the 9th. I personally cannot wait. I've been part of only a couple of these, but something tells me that this one is going to blow those away. Our cheers, as I've noticed over the past couple of years, are so far superior to any other schools that we hear from. Not only because they're narratively intricate, they actually all tell a story, but because so many students know them and can cheer along. So please do look forward to that, learning all those cheers. It means that we're not going to have morning chapel on Friday, but we'll meet in the gym after school, at the end of school. So a student came to see me last week to discuss our custom of standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. And as I've mentioned, I think there's a reason to make room for this conversation. But this student and I ended up talking about some non-trivial things. And they shared that they had spent some time lately developing a philosophy with which to live their life. This included leaving behind the greed and materialism of the world and making an elemental connection with nature, not caring about the superficial things that many people fixate on. It also included subscribing to the notion that we're actually not going to fix what's wrong with our society, but instead that society will divide more and more, that we will fiddle while the planet burns, and that we're headed more or less for the end of the earth. I think they used the word apocalypse. The word apocalypse, as we understand it with the 4 horsemen and lots of calamity and destruction, is only part of the story. So the word actually means revelation. The story of the apocalypse appears in the biblical book of Revelations. And a revelation is a thing that reveals some previously hidden fact or truth. The apocalyptic revelation is rather forceful and more of an I told you so, actually. Part of the idea is that because we've been so blind and willfully ignorant of the lousiness of our behavior as humans, we're doomed to a catastrophic reset where everything is wiped out and we presumably start again. I've never given a sermon about the lousiness of our behavior as humans, but if I were to give that sermon, it would be to point out that it is not too late to start doing better. And my hope is that the revelation of our need to be less greedy and more loving, less consuming and more giving, less selfish and more considerate of the needs of others and our poor planet, my hope is that the revelation of our need to stop wasting and hoarding will happen before we are all smitten with destruction. And I think we can help with that as a school where we hope to produce lots of small-scale revelations every day, where we say over and over that we can face the world and make it better. We hope all the small facts and truths will add up to knowledge and the capacity to make change. That said, I just read about hailstones the size of honeydew melons happening in Nebraska, so we may need to hurry up. But I'm very hopeful. I asked the student who came to see me if they saw hope anywhere, and they did not see much. But I am hoping to convince them that they have agency and that there is a lot of hope to be had. I think the fact that they felt like coming to talk with me about their ideas is a very good sign. So to start our week, I'd like us to think about where we see hope, where we see opportunity for changes and revelations, and then to talk about them and understand what's possible if we work together. I saw hope across the table in my office in a student who was thinking and developing theories and wanting to open our eyes. And I see it right now shining pretty brightly out there in your faces. And I hear it from folks like Chef Hale, who's going to come up now with a message of service. Chef Hale.
It's important to know that we did not confer on this, but there's a lot of related topics here. So, good morning, everybody. Well, if we're going to do this, we'll do a couple housekeeping pieces. First of all, for the capstone students, Duck Dynasty is not a reliable source. Okay, Norm? And the other thing that's very important for my advisory in the back to understand is that Mr. Eaton and I are not the same person. Okay. Appreciate that. Had to get that off my chest. All right, so more importantly, I'm here to talk to you today about community service opportunity. But first, I want to break down the phrase a bit. We're all part of many communities, large and small, throughout our lives. School, extracurriculars, where we live, our workplace, and our families. Great communities are sustained when people are aware, caring, open-minded, and willing to jump in to help. Last year, Dr. Howell posed the question, do we have a responsibility to others? This question led to some intense conversations in my classroom. Having been part of many outstanding communities, including the one that I'm standing in front of right now, I can tell you that I absolutely believe we have a deep responsibility to the well-being and success of others, even those people that we've never met. Service comes in many forms, but inherently the core of service is to openly give a piece of yourself to whatever the task, whether working alone or in a group. Great service comes from the heart. You know it when you receive it, and you feel deep satisfaction when you provide it. Opportunity, too, is all around us. It differs from obligation, although great opportunities can spring from going above and beyond with your obligations. Opportunity is stepping into something new, learning, finding or fueling a passion, meeting new people, or simply doing something different that may lead to another opportunity. In the Northeast Kingdom, a large segment of our community has a painful daily challenge to provide food for themselves and their families. This year, we've connected with Salvation Farms to help address this need. Salvation Farms is a volunteer organization of gleaners. These people work with area farmers and go into the fields after the farmers have harvested their crops. They gather food that the farmers cannot sell at market due to imperfections or overproduction. Traditionally, these raw vegetables are brought to the food shelf. Whether it is due to a lack of time, equipment, or knowledge, many people do not have the capacity to prepare fresh vegetables from scratch. This is where we offer an opportunity to you. Salvation Farms will bring the food, and I'll put out the call. We'll meet at the South Church kitchen, cut, season, and cook these raw ingredients, creating a ready-to-eat product packaged for easy cooking at home. We tested this last spring with 200 pounds of potatoes, and the feedback was tremendous. We have the ability to change people's days for the better with simple, tasty preparations. Our first processing day will be this Thursday, September 8th, after school in the South Church. I know many of you here have gardens. We're doing zucchini. It's the time to go. Bring it on, okay? All right. Come cook with us and do something great for our community. Thanks very much.
That sounds totally fun. Thank you, Chef Hale. All right, everyone, have a wonderful rainy day and stay dry. Faculty.